What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Game Nights.
Hello, and welcome to EDHRX Upping the Average.
Hey
where we take a
friends,
commander.
and welcome back to another Budget Commander.
There's a lot of people making content on the internet these days, and it's hard to come up with new ideas. So why not just steal them? This is petty theft. Hey everybody, I'm Setzer Cook, and today I'm joined with my contestant.
Hi, I'm Elijah Samuelson.
And today we're going to be doing sort of a game show that I've stolen from some other content creators in Hearthstone and Yu-Gi-Oh, where I'm going to be showing Eli some magic cards in the Commander format that I have changed in some way, and he's going to see if he can figure out what is different about them. To explain the game, I'm going to show you this this wonderful Soul Ring here, Eli. Do you think you can figure out, what's wrong with this card here?
This is amazing. This is a great Soul Ring.
Yeah,
Because
so
it has legs.
obviously he would see this and he would say, Spencer, that Soul Ring isn't a creature. It's not a 0/1, and if it was, it'd be a 4/4.
They need to make Magus of the Ring.
That would be based. So let me just say, Eli, he specializes in white and Boros more so. Was that correct, Eli?
That's fair. Yep.
But, I'll be showing him some cards of all colors. Hopefully he knows the cards outside of his wheelhouse, but I think there's slightly more white cards in this list because I know that's what Eli likes. Oh, and also, Eli, there's a couple cards on this list that I have not changed, so you're gonna you have to look out for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're gonna have to know if it's as is.
I like it.
So our first card here is Cyclonic Rift, a format staple. Let's see what you can do with this, Eli.
And I want to clarify the thing. We're not counting the set symbol and the EDH takes at the bottom.
Yeah, the artist and the set symbol was for the custom, the custom Magic set editor that I used. So let's see. Can you figure out what's wrong with this card, Eli? Walk me through your thought process if you want to.
So first of all, it's not target non-land permanent. It's specifically an opponent controls.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, if you overload this, it'd be very bad.
Here, so I'll let you know, this card only has that one change. You are absolutely correct. There are a few cards where there are multiple changes on them, and if there are multiple changes on a card, once you get one of them, I'll let you know there's another one.
All right, sounds good. So I got it.
You got this one 100% correct, like you were saying, Eli. Of course, cards with overload, if they don't say target, non-land permanent you don't control,
everything.
It would be everything.
Still not a bad card, honestly.
They did make the black land destruction spell that doesn't say.
Those overload cards are kind of based.
Yeah, so here, as you can see, Eli, target non-land permanent you don't control.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're 1 for 1 so far, so doing well. Start off kind of easy. Okay, well, our next card here, Kodama's Reach, another format staple. Let's see what you can do with this.
Kodama's Reach is an arcane sorcery.
Man, right off the bat, he knows. Yes.
Is there anything else?
Nope,
on
that's
this one?
all it is. You were right about that. Going speeding through this here. Important to know that Kodama's Reach is an arcane spell. Eli, have you ever seen anybody splice onto a Kodama's Reach?
I'd like to see literally anyone build around Splice and Arcane and Commander.
Exactly.
But I can't say I've seen it happen.
I've never seen that arcane subtype mattering, even a little bit. So I'm glad that you noticed it, but I imagine a lot of people would not. Very based. Alright, so our third card here, 2 for 2, Eli, is an old classic, Grave Titan. Give this one a read and see if you can figure it out.
Well, Grave Titan, despite many zombie cards doing this, I don't believe it makes tap 2/2 zombies. I believe they come in untapped, and that's why you started playing it as a good defensive creature.
Exactly correct, Eli.
More blockers.
Yep. It's weird, there are a lot of black cards that make tapped zombies, but yeah, Grave Titan, one of the OGs, one of the GOATs, making untapped zombies have epic blockers. It's pretty based, but yep. Doing good so far. Let's move on to the next card here. Here we have Teferi's Protection. Let's see if you can figure out what's wrong with this card. I expect you to because you're a big white guy.
Quite familiar with the Teferi's Protection.
Mm-hmm. Take your time. Sometimes I like to be a little tricky with these. So, if, they're not always so obvious.
Until your next turn, your life total can't change, and you gain protection from everything. All permanents you control phase out. Yeah, and this shouldn't be stumping me because
Throwing you
I've
through a
played
loop
this
here.
card a lot.
If I get you with this, I'll be so happy. Make sure to check all of the, gotta check. Oh, is the names right? Mana cost, type, all those things. Take a look. Oh, they all look right. What's the matter? What's the deal, Spencer? What's different with this card?
Oh, exile Teferi's Protection.
There you go. He got it.
Yeah, you can't have infinite Teferi's Protection. That's the thing. Yep.
There's an important line of text
Yep.
missing from this card, and it is exile Teferi's Protection.
Yep.
Three important words. I'm glad
That's
you
the
got
thing.
it. Yep. It's you wouldn't. Honestly, if that was given to me, I don't think I would have remembered that because I don't play a lot of the
Yeah,
cards.
you forget that about Teferi's Protection, but really, you only need the one Teferi's Protection.
You only
It's
need
not
one.
like one of those weak blue players and their Cyclonic Rift needing multiple of them.
That is pretty backbreaking when that happens.
Yeah,
though.
that's oh my god. If it didn't say Exile Teferi's Protection, this card could be a problem.
Yeah.
Recurring that every turn.
All right.
Peace
Well,
out.
4 for 4 so far. Let's move on.
That was a tough one. It took me longer than it should have.
Now we got our first red card here, Combustible Gear Hulk.
Okay, well, Combustible Gear Hulk has First Strike instead of Trample.
Immediately. That's it. He's got
I've been
it.
playing a lot of Combustible Gear Hulk lately. It's probably one of my favorite red creatures in Commander.
Very base.
It's so much fun.
Do you think First Strike's better than Trample on this card? What do you think?
For my Bruce and Elena deck, I would probably prefer Trample, but it's nice to be able to play like a 6-drop, like even if you're kind of like slow in the game. It makes it a very good blocker. Makes it very hard to attack into you.
Situationally different. Maybe better with Trample in your deck, but in most decks, probably better with First Strike.
Yeah, it also makes it cool with like my Goblin Welder or like Perforos, like ways to like cheat it into play, like to have that sneaky like First Strike creature.
Yeah, just eat someone's Yargle.
Especially like with my Elena, because she also has First Strike.
Very base.
So like if I could do that and then like block like a 10 toughness creature, it's pretty cool. But yeah, Trample would probably make it a little bit better for my purposes, but either way, good.
Yep. All right. It's 5 for 5. The next card is Dranith Magistrate. We're starting off, not everything's been super hard so far, so we're kind of easing into it here.
Okay, well, first of all, he is a 1/3.
Not a 2/2?
Yep, not a 2/2.
What else?
Oh boy.
I'm just kidding, that's it. that's the only change on this card. But yeah, immediately got it, like always. Very cool. He is a 1/3. He, like the last card, what do you think? 1/3 better than a 2/2 for this card?
Honestly, makes it perfect for my Tajik deck, because I can mentor onto it twice.
I think it's got to be better as a 1/3, right? Like, just the more resilience. You don't really want it. You don't need to get in with your Dranith Magistrate, right?
Yeah, I like it as a 1/3.
Based. All right, now, you see, it's just the way it is, man. He's getting these. He's genius. Next card here, we got Chance for Glory.
Oh, this was a good one to pick. This is a tricky one because, weirdly enough, this card, your creatures just gain indestructible.
Yeah.
Just forever, because it's like, you're gonna fucking die.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's a weird card, but yeah, it does not say until end of turn. Weirdly
Very
enough, they just stay indestructible.
Just forever, yeah.
Which makes it a very weird, interesting card, but yeah.
So if you have some way to not lose the game on the next end step, your creatures will just have indestructible for the entire game.
Yeah, I have this card in my Marchesa Near Death Experience deck, and I can do that. So if I had like Marchesa out, now I just have an indestructible Death Touch creature.
Forever. Very based. Alright, well, moving along here. We've got Emiria, the Sky Ruin.
Okay, first of all, it is not subtype Plains. Does not have the land type of that. Is there anything else on this one?
There is another change to this card.
Okay.
See if you can find it. This is one of the two changes. For those in the audience, Emiria
it's not legendary.
That is exactly
Weirdly enough.
correct.
Yeah. That is so weird about that cycle of lands.
Yeah, you'd expect this is in the same cycle as Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, and
Yeah.
there's the whole like scape shift for multiple Valakuts in like Modern and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, because they're named places, but they are not legendary.
It's a little bit strange that they're not legendary, but yeah, not legendary,
Yeah.
not a Plains, because just how it be, Okay, well now we got Miri Cat Warrior. This is the old templating of the card because I thought it looked cooler. See if you can figure out what's different about this card. So if you have any questions about the old templating, like attacking does not cause Mirror to tap is, vigilance, the counts as a cat and a warrior, means it's a cat warrior. First strike, forest walk, those are obvious.
I mean, I think I've seen this one before, and I'm really pretty sure that at this point in Magic, it didn't have the Miri counts as a cat warrior.
This is a tough one, so I'll. Is that your final answer? You can take your time. Does it have all the keywords you think?
I believe those are the correct keywords. First Strike, Forest Walk, Vigilance. I know she's a 2/3.
Is she a cat warrior? Her name is Cat Warrior. Is she a cat warrior, do you think?
I don't think it has. I don't think it has the Miri counts as a cat warrior. That's gonna be my.
Your final answer here?
That's gonna be my final answer.
Well, unfortunately, Eli, this is your first wrong answer. In the original printing of Miri, it did say Miri counts as a cat warrior, but the change on this card is very mean. The change is that this is not the art for Miri Cat Warrior.
That was the art for.
Do you have an idea what the art is?
Miri's Guile.
Exactly, that is the art of Miri's Guile.
Yeah,
that was a mean one. That was a really mean one.
Gotcha.
Yep, I feel a little bad about that, but I bet everyone would have made that mistake.
I thought something looked off.
Yeah, not a big fan of Miri's Guile. Eli, have you ever played that card?
No, I've seen it played a lot, but yeah, I don't think it does that much.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of a spin your wheel kind of card.
Don't feel bad about that one. You're 8-1 here, and your only loss was to a kind of a cheap trick.
The green cards.
Yep. Come on, I changed the art to an old card. Like, come on, that's not fair. But moving on here, we have a classic, Chandra's Ignition. This used to be really important in Commander 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, Chandra's Ignition makes the creature deal the damage.
Just immediately, he's got it. He knows what's important about the card, right? Because the thing with Chandra's Ignition is that you could kill people with Infect or something for only 10 Infect.
I played this card in my original Commander deck, my Jor-Kadeen deck, for the longest time because I used to run the card, the equipment that gives Infect and +2/+2.
Yes.
And I would put that on Jor-Kadeen, which would give him, with his Metalcraft ability, he'd have 10 power and Infect. And then with a Chandra's Ignition, you could kill the table.
I swear I didn't know he did that when I picked this card.
But also I played this in the much talked about Chumbo Tribal for the longest time because Chumbo, Crush the Bloodbraided, gets very large. And even if he's not large yet, if you play a Chandra's Ignition on one of your big creatures like Kresh, and he destroys a bunch of other creatures, he gets huge, and then you can swing in.
Exactly. And also, if you do it on Death Touch creature, even if it's small, you can still kill everything. So, very based. All right. Well, our next card here might be a harder one. I know, Eli, you're not a fan of these colors here, but we got Oko, Thief of Crowns. Let's see if you can figure this one out. There's a lot of text on this card, Eli.
This creature.
If anything has changed at all, there is only one change. I'll tell you that much.
So I don't believe he comes in with 3 or 4 loyalty. I think it's 3 instead.
Is that your final answer, Eli?
Yes, final answer.
Unfortunately, he does come in with 4 loyalty.
Oh my god.
See, can you believe that Oko
That's
comes
sickening.
in with 4 loyalty and has a +2/+1? The difference is his ultimate is a -5.
That's
So
the thing,
so he
yeah.
gets to plus himself +2, and then you can ult and he lives the next turn. Very broken card.
Yep.
Yep. Good old Oko. It's like there's no way he'd come with 4, right? No way. And then he does.
That's right.
Cursed green cards
That's
getting you
sad.
again. All right, next one is one of your favorites. I know you love this card, Eli. We got Luminar Ascension. Let's see if you can figure out what's wrong with this card. A lot of people might not know this card.
Oh yeah, they're not feather counters.
That is correct. Luminar Ascension was from Zendikar when they were quest counters.
Right.
Same with like some of the other. There was a cycle of, or maybe not a cycle, but there were cards similarly to this that also got quest counters. But there's a second change to this card, Eli. Let's see if you can figure that one out.
Oh boy.
It's a bit of a fun one, I think. It would make the card a lot better. A lot better.
Oh, it's the actual card is just each opponent's end step.
Correct. The regular card says the end of each opponent's end step instead of each end step, and that's a big deal, especially in a 2-player format,
yeah,
right? Yep. Very nice, Eli, getting this right. Can you imagine if you got a counter on your end step too?
Yeah, so you just like pretty much guaranteed get it in the first like turn rotation.
Yeah, just like, all right, play it, and boom, everyone. They couldn't hit me right away.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, our next card here is Wheel of Misfortune.
Oh my god!
See if you can figure out.
This is not fair.
This is definitely not fair.
This is not a fair card to put on here.
It's not.
Oh my god!
I thought it'd be funny.
I don't think there's anyone who knows what this card does.
What's your thought process here, Eli, as you're reading this? You check the mana cost, check the...
Well, my thought process every time I see Wheel of Misfortune is just like, first figure out how it works.
Yeah.
Man, I really hate the secretly choose a number cards because
yeah.
I don't know how those are supposed to be like templated on Magic cards, like how that's phrased. Each player secretly choose.
Each player's... Ooh. Anything sticking out to you? Anything?
I mean, I'm wondering, like, reading this now, like, does it really like specify that they determine the highest and lowest numbers?
Yeah, like, is that part of the text of the card? Does it really say that? Does it talk about the right players doing the right things in this wording of the card? What do you think? Such a complex one.
Yeah, highest is definitely the one that takes the damage.
Makes
I know
sense.
that. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number
Discards their hand, then draws
'cause
7.
the lowest person is the one that doesn't wheel. Everyone in the middle and highest.
What do you think? Can you choose 0? Choose number 0 or greater. Are you allowed to choose 0?
I'm very confident that you are, because I've had it happen to me.
Can you choose a negative number?
I think I'm tapping out on this one.
So your final answer is no idea?
I'm gonna guess on the I guess the determine the highest and lowest numbers, but I probably does do that because it's this. They were like, you know what, this card doesn't have enough words on it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the final answer, the correct answer for this one, Eli, is that this is the card as written. There is no change to this card. I warned you that there would be a couple cards like that. And I thought this would be a very funny one to do that for.
This is a funny one. That's fucked up, Spencer.
This is just sitting here for a minute dissecting this card. What is it? I'm sorry, Eli, but
That's a good one though. That's good.
Wizards, stop printing cards that read like this. Thank you. Okay, well now we've got another one. We got our boy Odric, Blood Curse. Recently came out in the newest Ravnica set. Or sorry, not Ravnica, but help me out here, Eli. Innistrad, thank you.
Okay. Oh, Odric.
Oh, Odric. You
How the
say
mighty
things.
have fallen.
He's got a lot of words on him.
God damn it, Spencer.
What? What's the matter?
Among Us.
Yes, that is the secret change in this card. It does say I did add among to Among Us in both parts where it says that, but there is another change in this card too. But I'm very happy you found that. What's your thought process? You thinking maybe one of the keywords is missing? Is there an extra keyword? Because that would be really evil of me, wouldn't it be? Is there really a hyphen in his name? Is that you thinking that? I wonder if his name is really hyphenated. Maybe Odric's just not a legendary creature for some reason.
Oh, he's a human, or he's a vampire soldier.
Very astute of you, Eli. That is the correct answer. And that's all. That's the lore man for you. He knows Odric's story.
That's the thing. I was thinking, like, I was wondering if, because his Lunarch Marshall version, they included Skulk on there because that was a set mechanic,
Yeah.
and I was thinking, like, did they
They wouldn't do
did
that.
they leave Skulk on his like actual, like, the new one too, just to like, but they didn't.
No, he is blood cursed. Of course, he's a vampire
Yeah.
now, right? He's gone mad. Well, I guess he actually didn't go mad.
he's like a good vampire.
He's a sane vampire.
Yeah.
Odric being the hero we deserve. Well, we need, but we don't deserve, I suppose. All right, next one here is Gonti's Aether Heart. I think I've seen it in Commander once or twice, but yeah, give this one a read.
You know, I'm kind of thinking I haven't seen this card like almost ever, but I kind of think it's 5 mana instead of 6.
Is that your final answer? Dun dun dun.
I think based on everything else,
Everything you got?
I think that's going to be my final guess.
Well, unfortunately, Eli, that is incorrect. The real change to this card is that it is 8 energy. I had it at 7.
That's a tricky one.
That is a tricky one because when you see this card, like, these energy cards are templated so
I hate
poorly.
that. It's so bad.
That you really can't.
Honestly.
You have to like count with like you have to like 1, 2, 3 to even know how many are on them. Like I don't remember if it takes 6 or 8 energy, but you like have no way of knowing. Like you have to really squint at this to figure it out.
Aren't you glad? Can you imagine if they made a modern, like, you know how they changed the colorless mana formatting, like on the Sol Ring? If they made a mana rock that tapped for like 6 colorless, it would just be like diamond.
Yeah. It'd be like, how many does that tap for?
Yeah.
And we got Shieldred, Whispering One of the iconic Praetors, or was she? Yeah, she was a Praetor. I think you know that. Though.
First of all, she doesn't have Intimidate; she has Swamp Walk.
And yeah, that is the only change on this card. You got that exactly correct.
Nice.
Was interesting because this was around the time where it was kind of they were kind of moving from Fear to Intimidate. Maybe around this time, not exactly at this era, but I thought, you know, maybe someone that didn't know might think she has Intimidate.
You know, and not too long after this set, like it was probably like more time than I think it was looking back, but they kind of phased out the land walk ability.
But yeah, good job on that one. Next we have Olaro Ageless Ascetic. One of the classic. This is my first commander deck I ever built, Eli. Was Olaro. I got the precon and it was great. I loved it.
Man, yeah, I haven't seen an Olaro deck in a long time.
In a hot minute, yeah.
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, it wasn't Eminence back then, so that's one thing. Is there anything else on this one?
I'd like to say there is, but that really is the only change on this one. He is indeed a giant soldier, and he is indeed a 4/5 for 6. But yeah, the the funny change was that this was the only.
If you had changed the power and toughness, that probably would have gotten me, because most people would probably say this about Olaro decks, but like you really don't see him on the battlefield that often.
But yeah, this was the one card that interacts from the command zone. At that time, the set after this, 2014? No, it's 2015. One of the couple sets after this, they came out with 2016, 2017.
I think it's 2017.
It was a long ways after.
Yeah.
But yeah, this card does not have Eminence. It just has the text at the beginning. Upkeep, if he's in your command zone, you gain 2 life. So very based. And also, I put Eminence at the top there because that's how Eminence cards are worded. They have Eminence at the top of their card text. Okay, well, next we've got Rapid Hybridization. Format staple.
Oh yeah, so the creature can't be regenerated with Rapid Hybridization.
See, you're getting these right away. I wouldn't have remembered that personally. That is the difference.
That's another thing that they've rightly so phased out of Magic.
It's like,
I like Landwalk. I think that's a good mechanic, but Regenerate is honestly like, sure, like there are good cards with Regenerate, but it's a messy mechanic. It's really like, you're a good rules guy, Spencer, but if I asked you like exactly how every aspect of regeneration works,
well, it puts a Regenerate shield on it, and then that would mean if it would. You tap it and
yeah, it taps the creature, right?
And
like
removes it from combat. But
yeah,
but it's very complicated. But yeah, Rapid Hybridization. When have you ever known a blue card to destroy something and it can't be regenerated? Has that ever happened?
Well, you would think blue cards aren't supposed to destroy creatures,
things.
But you know, it's kind of as far as the hoops to jump through to achieve effects in the color pie, I've always held the opinion that blue has the largest hoop.
I see. Yeah, so like if this was an old worded or old templated card, it would have said bury target creature. That creature's controller creates a 3/3 based. You didn't even get tripped up. You weren't like, oh, is it really a green? Is it a frog lizard? All right, well now we have our second to last card up here, and that is Comeuppance. I know you play this card, Eli, but it's worded. It's got very peculiar wording. I wonder if you can figure this one out.
Yeah, let's see. Prevent all damage that be dealt to you and planeswalkers you control this turn by sources you don't control. If damage from a creature source is prevented this way, Comeuppance deals that much damage to that creature. If damage from a non-creature source is prevented this way, Comeuppance deals that much damage to that source's controller.
Is that what Comeuppance really does? Maybe Comeuppance is a sorcery. That'd be a pretty good card, right?
You know, I think there probably is something I'm missing. Like, it's possible
some of the wording
makes the creatures deal damage to themselves, but I think I'm just gonna go with no change on this one.
Well, Eli, that is indeed correct. That is the card as worded. I'm proud of you for getting that one. I don't think... I think it... I mean, that's kind of like the default answer, but, like, as someone who knows that card, you got to be second-guessing yourself a lot. Like, is that how it works? It's a weirdly worded card.
I play this card in one deck, and not very frequently, but it is a cool card, honestly. Like, I've never lived the dream of hitting, like, somebody tries to Aether Flux Reservoir you, and you Comeuppance them. That sounds like a great time.
But haven't had to live the dream yet. But, well, Eli, you're doing well. You're doing well. Let's see if you can clean it up with the last one. Now, Eli, because I know you're a white connoisseur, for this last card, I made a very special decision here, and that was I was going to choose a random white common creature out of all Commander Legal white common creatures. And I also changed several things about the card, so we're going to see how many you can get. Hope maybe all of them.
Nice.
But you got lucky, and I swear I didn't re-roll this. You got lucky, and it was a card that I think you have at least seen before. We have Palace Sentinels from, well, do you know what set this is from, Eli?
Yes, this is from Conspiracy 2, Take the Crown. A premium set to draft. I actually did draft Conspiracy 2, because that was way back in the day when I wasn't that invested in Magic, but I did have the privilege to play with this, and I can already see a few things change with it.
There are 4 changes on this card.
First of all, it does not cost 4 and a white, it's 3 and a white.
That is absolutely correct.
It is a 2/4.
That is also absolutely correct.
It is a human soldier.
Damn, that's correct. How'd you get that one?
And Sylvia Brightspear is not from that plane, so...
That is all 4 of them rattled right off the bat. Bonus points if you can figure out who the quote was from. Think about your lore knowledge here.
I believe Adriana, Captain of the Guard.
That is exactly correct. This is the original card, and yep, you got them all rattled right off the bat. I was worried when I was going to randomize one that I'm like, oh, Palace Sentinels. Eli will know this card, so I'm like, okay, I'll change a bunch of things, and he won't get the flavor text, right? Boom. So
I love Palace Sentinels. Honestly, like, if I had to build like a very budget like white deck, because like I think we've talked about the thing, like we're very big fans of like white and Commander, but like the fair criticism we've had is a lot of like our good white staples are kind of expensive. But honestly, if I had like to go for like a cheap like card draw option,
it's not the worst one, right?
Palace Sentinels, it goes in my Commander bulk box, like for making decks for people. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like if I was gonna make a deck for someone and I had to just like, pull off like 5-cent cards, like I'd be happy with a Palace Sentinel in that deck for sure.
Yeah, I mean, being the Monarch like right away, it draws you at least that one card, and you can probably take it back if you're an aggressive deck.
It's got a good body. Maybe
yeah,
you
2/4 blocks, okay.
It can even chump if you need it to, and it's just a common, so that's great. But this was a lot of fun. I think you either got 16 or 17 correct out of the 20, so. Nice. That's very impressive. Maybe I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully we can do more interesting content like this, some different kind of ideas.
Yeah, this was fun.
Mm-hmm. So thanks for watching. I've been Spencer Cook.
And I'm Elijah Samuelson. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment how you feel about this this new video format, and we'll probably do some more of these.